Welcome. In this video we are discussing about cascode voltage switch logic or CVSL. So it consists of basically two major sections. These are PFET MP1 and MP2. These are connected in the form of a latch and they provide two complementary outputs F and F bar. Then we have these NFET, this NFET logic array. So they are actually, this NFET network can be viewed as two complementary switches. So if SW1 is closed, SW2 is open, and if SW2 is closed, SW1 is open. So these are the two major sections. So closing the switch will pull the corresponding output to the ground. So suppose if this SW1 is closed, it will pull this F to the ground, and if this F bar, if this SW2 is closed, it will pull F bar to the ground. So in this way this CVSL logic works. So this F and F bar are complementary of each other. So if F is 0, F bar will be 1, and if F bar is 0, F will be 1. Because if F is 0, this PMOS will be on state. So F bar will be connected to VDD or high logic. And if this F bar is 0, this MP1 will be connected to this PMOS will be on state. So this F will be connected to VDD. So in this way this will work. So this is actually a dual rail logic gate. So in a dual rail logic gate we have, in the dual rail logic gate they use both the variable and its complement as an input pair. So now you can see in this NFET network, this input is A, this input is B bar, this input is C bar. Now this input is A bar. So A and A bar are just complement. This input is B, so B and B bar are just complement. This input is C, so C and C bar are just the complement of each other. So in a dual rail logic, they use both the variable and its complement as the input. Similarly, the output also consists of both the original as well as the complement. So in output also you can see we have F is also present and its complement F bar is also present. So this is the structure of CVSL logic. It is a dual rail logic gate. So obviously dual rail logics are used because they are faster. Dual rail logics are faster, and the only disadvantage of them is that they increase the circuit complexity. So this CVSL logic can have two states. In state 1, SW1 is closed and SW2 is open. This is the first state, and in second state SW1 is open, SW2 is closed. So if SW1 is open, this V1 will be equal to 0 volt, V2 will be equal to VDD. If S2 because when V1 is 0 volt, then obviously this PMOS will be on, so V2 will be connected to VDD. And similarly in this second state, there S1 is closed, S1 is open, SW2 is closed. So V1 equal to VDD and V2 equal to 0 volt. So if you see this, this source to gate voltage for first transistor, source is connected to VDD, and for the first transistor gate is connected to V2. So VDD minus V2. And for the second PMOS, source is connected again to VDD. So VSG2 equal to VDD, and gate is connected to V1. So VSG2 equal to VDD minus V1. So for the first case, VSG1 will be equal to VDD minus V2. So VSG1 here is equal to 0 volt because V2 is 0 volt, and VSG2 is equal to VDD. In the first case, the source to gate voltage of the second transistor equal to VDD, and in the second case VSG1 will be equal to VDD because V2 is 0 volt. This is the equation I have written, and VSG2 equal to 0 volt. So we have found out the source to gate voltage for both the states. There will be two stable states for CVSL logic. So we can say that in this, when SW1 is closed, then second transistor will be in conduction state, first transistor will be off. And here when SW2 is closed, second switch is closed, first transistor will be in conduction state and second transistor will be off. So this is the functionality of the CVSL logic. So thank you. Please like and share the video, and if you have any doubt, you can post your doubt in the comment box, and also subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, because I regularly post videos related to VLSI and CMOS circuits, and VLSI designing using Cadence Virtuoso software also, and VLSI designing using Vivado software and FPGA board also. So if you have any doubt, you can post your feedback in the comment box. Thank you.